Hi, this is Tim Boss with FinancialCyclesWeekly.com with another Astro Traders video tip of the week. So today we want to find out what's behind the big plunge in Bitcoin. We have seen this action here over the past few days. We're recording this, by the way, on the 25th of February 2021. And back on the 21st, on last Sunday, Bitcoin hit a new record high, $58,364 and change per Bitcoin with the USD. And then in the next 41 hours, we saw almost a 23% drop in the price of Bitcoin, zooming all the way down to $45,075 by the 23rd of February. Just a little less than 2 days later it took to make that big move. Got a lot of people freaked out with the Bitcoin market, but one hidden astro-trading factor contributing to the Bitcoin explosion is the eighth-harmonic dance between Mars and Kronos. These two planets are making constant interchanges of actions, and we found a big correlation with Bitcoin. Now, Mars, of course, is our planetary next-door neighbor, and we've got a lot of action with the Mars landing and whatnot happening in the news. But Mars, symbolically, is all about dramatic action and pushing things forward. Now, Mars has a 2-year orbital cycle around the Sun, compared with Kronos, which is a Transneptunian factor, a Kuiper belt object way, way out in space. And Kronos is about extreme heights, taking things to new levels. Now, it has a 522-year orbital period, much slower than Mars, obviously. So when we put the planetary price lines on a chart for Bitcoin, we've got these kind of wavy horizontal lines. Those represent the positions of Kronos, and the diagonal red lines are the positions of Mars. And Mars moves through the chart very, very rapidly. This is a long-term chart we were looking at back toward the end of 2020 in December, and we were checking out price action then relative to these Kronos support and resistance lines. Of course, at the left you see there the previous record high that had just was set back in December of 2017, and then here a few years later we're seeing on the 17th of December 2020 it breaking through that previous high, breaking through the $20,000 barrier and trading on that date at $22,621. It was very, very exciting news at the time. Now, more recently, as we've looked at this market and explored the price action here again, toward the end of the year, we began to note in the eighth harmonic with Mars and Kronos the support and resistance being formed, and specifically looking at the Mars retrograde action. Mars had been in retrograde motion, had its direct station, and we were tracking the retrograde return at that point on the 2nd of January. Now, at that point, we said that this move that was getting underway with Bitcoin, if it had the same proportional upward momentum that we saw back at the end of 2017, the price target would be over $100,000, $101,246, according to our calculations at the time. Of course, we haven't gotten there yet, but the eighth harmonic dynamics of Mars and Kronos can help us project support and resistance levels for Bitcoin, which is really the most important part to understand here. This is a more current chart, and again we're putting in daily price bars here, so it's a little confusing considering the big swings that we've seen in Bitcoin, but this is based primarily on the daily closes here, and we calculated this a little earlier today, and at that point Bitcoin was trading at $50,397, and we're looking here specifically at these support and resistance zones. So we're looking for support at the $46,000 range. Of course, right now it's testing that $50,730 resistance zone, and above that we've got the $55,000 zone that we're tracking here, watching the price action with Bitcoin. So the specific eighth harmonic alignments of Mars and Kronos are also potential trigger dates for significant Bitcoin trend changes. We want to keep an eye on those. Got one coming up here just in a day or two, the semi-square between Mars and Kronos on the 25th of February, followed by the conjunction between the two two planets on May the 13th, the semi-square on the July 27th, the square on October 6th, and then finally, to close out 2021, a sesquiquadrant 135-degree angle between Mars and Kronos on the 11th of December. We're going to be keeping an eye on all those dates. Here's what the chart looks like for the 26th of February. We have the lineup here between Mars and Kronos. Mars at the big red arrow in the lower left, Kronos at the tiny arrow across from that, and it accents the midpoints of Saturn and the true lunar node, as well as the Sun and Jupiter. So we've got a real tug of war going on with the Bitcoin market. But when we back test the action for eighth-harmonic alignments between Mars and Kronos with the price action in Bitcoin, this is what the pattern looks like. That 0 point in the middle is the date of those exact alignments. We mentioned 5 of them here for this year, and when we get those dates, then this current one here on the 26th of February, we would look for a move upward into roughly March the 20th, a pretty significant move of about 15% or so with Bitcoin based on prices today. And so we're looking for a move upward. Again, we're paying attention to these support and resistance levels as the price moves upward. We're going to be watching for resistance at these zones. If we get another surge to the downside, we're going to look at 46,000 as a major buying opportunity for Bitcoin, because we remain bullish for the long term. So that's what's behind the Bitcoin plunge, and we encourage you to take advantage of astro trading by connecting with us at financialcyclesweekly.com. We are the global leader in astro trading education. That's our Astro Traders video tip of the week. For more tips, subscribe today and go to financialcyclesweekly.com.